let's learn together. I am your host, Kingmaker. Some of you know me as James. I am an Emerald Jungle main. Excuse me, no longer Emerald. I'm now a Diamond 4 Jungle main. So, with that out of the way, I'm so glad you guys decided to rejoin me today. This is where I reach out to people through Reddit and ask, hey, do you need help leveling up, ranking up? What are your weaknesses? What are your strengths? Some people have been willing to work with me. Some haven't. That's okay. I have with me today a VOD review that someone sent me. Not entirely sure how to pronounce their name, and I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just going to call them Soba. Soba says that their rank is Platinum 4. They're a support main, and their weaknesses are not being able to flame or get mad at my AD carry when they're just terrible. Completely understand. So on the screen, we are playing Braum. Just looking at the team composition going into this, we have a Fizz top lane, which, I mean, it's okay because it's into Teemo. It's just kind of a weird pick. Irelia is a champion at gold level that is really hard to play, so I don't recommend playing her at gold elo, just because your mechanics aren't really there. V in the jungle, really solid, especially into Master Yi. Master Yi, I don't like Master Yi as a champion. He sucks. People suck playing him, so I don't know why people still play him. I'm guessing really the synergy is going to come between Ahri, Ashe, and Lulu. On the opponent's team, that's going to be their win scenario, so we got to figure out how to shut them down. Luckily, Jinx, is a late game carry that just hyper scales. So with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, where are we gonna start? How's this game gonna go? I would not be pathing this way as a support. If I'm going to play support, I'm looking to get vision right here. This way, when the jungler comes down here for wraiths or up here for wraiths, you're gonna see him on this vision right in this spot. Also, I will drop a ward here or here, depending on who I'm playing against. But I'm definitely going to either try to get vision here, which hopefully the mid lane does, or here as my priority, so this way the jungler doesn't have to worry about getting invaded. I mean, for me, that's just a weird spot to ward. I get it, you're going to see him come back to lane, though. Maybe if you were playing Blitzcrank where you were looking to get that cheeky hook over the wall, but to me, that one just doesn't make any sense. Also, Braum, extremely strong level 1 if you went to an invade, so potentially look out for that. Way too early on that heal. There was no point in healing right there. Now would be a really good time to heal. Especially right now, right now would be a really great time if you still had that heal, but we don't. That's okay. It's not a bad back timer. You get interrupted. Yeah. She's gonna interrupt you again. Nope. Okay, cool. You made it back. So it's okay to be losing this lane early on. Lulu's poke and Ash's poke is probably going to be a lot stronger than Braum Jinx early, but yeah, it's just y'all are getting absolutely right. You need to be back. Man, if you had that heal from earlier, that would have been great. It's almost back up, but let's go back and look at that. At this point in the game, you definitely don't want to be where you're at. When Jinx backed off, you back off. A lot of people don't understand that bot lane is a dance. So, pulling this up, we see Jinx come back. You went forward. So they stopped targeting this Jinx and they target you. If Jinx if you move forward, Jinx needs to move forward. If Jinx moves back, you need to move back. It is a dance. You don't need to be in front. You don't need to be behind. You need to be parallel. I don't have an explanation of why that is. I've seen a video in coaching with this. I wish I had a better explanation, but this way it's neither of you are getting targeted directly, and you both have the ability to walk back. Preferably, I would rather see you on the inside of the map at this point, down here. Okay, let's change color. So I want you playing like right here in this area, this blue area. If they engage, Jinx can be safe to come back this way, and if you die, you die. That's the sacrifice you make as a support a lot of times, but I would not be where you're at right now. As soon as Jinx starts to go back, you need to back too. That could have been entirely avoided. Hey, just wanted to take a quick second to say thank you for clicking on this, watching this. If you enjoy the content, please like and sub. Also, I do all this for free, the coaching, so if anyone has anything that they want to look at, or me to look at, or come on together and we can talk about it together, you can always send me an email at Kdapodcastwr for Wild Rift at gmail.com. But it's okay. That's what we're here. We're here to learn. Took a little bit long in the fountain. I don't know if you were waiting for an item. That's fun. That's really fun. One thing that I don't like about watching replays like this, I'd rather watch a live game recorded, is because I can see where the enemy is, and that's going to affect the way that I would tell you to do things. Just looking at where Yi is on the mini-map. I would probably have switched over to a sweeper ward on that last back as well, or that death, and start getting vision around the dragon. Yeah, that was rough. Let's go back and look at it and see why we actually died. So we're fighting in the wave. They're just laying down all that damage on you. I probably would have ulted and backed off at that point. There was no real point being there. Probably wouldn't even pick that fight, to be honest. We're weaker than they are at this point in the game. I'm I'm not running back to lane immediately. I'm probably going to look at joining the rest of my team. Jinx probably needs to farm by themselves for a little while, get some solo gold and experience. Looks like you have a trinket ward. It's hard to tell unless we're looking at the bottom where it shows all the items. Dragon needs to have vision. I'd say maybe you stay in lane too long. Jinx doesn't need your help to push out the wave, but V definitely needs your help securing Scuttle Crab or whatever around Dragon at this point. Yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on right there. It was always going to reset. Once it crossed that yellow line, it was going to reset. This was an okay fight. Obviously, I think we go even on it. So 1-2 for 2 wasn't terrible. Let's go back and watch it one more time, see if we can catch anything. See, as soon as it passed that yellow point, it was going to leash, or going to unleash, so there was no point Jinx staying there. Should have been back. You're just trying to protect AD carry and your team. The ult was probably pretty late. You probably should have layered the ultimate when Irelia threw the ultimate down, and that would have just provided the extra CC for her to get in and do more damage. At this point, Jinx is 1-2. She's okay. She just needs some solo time to farm. I would say your main win condition at this point is probably Irelia. So I would just follow Irelia around, to be honest. That's the thing about support. There will be a point where you're no longer needed in lane, you're needed in game. So I would say stop focusing so much on your laning phase, especially if the tower's going to die anyway because you're getting shoved in consistently. Let Jinx catch the solo experience, try to catch back up, and look to make plays elsewhere on the map. Because everything that Jinx is doing right now tells you they don't want to fight. They do not want to fight, they just want to farm. They're not following up on your plays, so at that point, look elsewhere. I don't know what's up with the obsession with this dragon, though. I mean, we bait Ash arrows, so that's good. But now we just give them priority on it. Especially because V's at the bottom. Or Vi, whatever you want to call it. Dragon's gone. Don't worry about Dragon. That's a waste of an ultimate. Get out. They're going to probably crash your tower and dive you. No point being there. And I could be wrong with the plays. I could entirely be wrong, but that's my thought process is I don't need to be there because they could crash the wave into my tower and dive me. Okay. Good. Good. Is it 2 for 2? Jinx got the kill, so that's good. We need her to be in a winning position. Let's fast forward. Back to lane. Like I just don't be in lane. You have wards that can be placed. Go place them. I would definitely switch to sweeper. Good job getting the flash out right there. that's one bad thing about playing Braum is he tends to get outperformed by the enchanter mages like Lulu or Brand, Vigar even. Oh, that's on your screen, not mine. I was so confused. Let's go ahead and... I was so confused. I had no idea who those people were. That was a pretty good ultimate. Unfortunately, she got stunned up, but that's okay. Back off. Back off. Jinx is dead, go. Jinx is dead. You're dead. Jinx was out, you were out. I thought Jinx was dead at that point, honestly, and there's nothing that you could have really done to save her. I would have abandoned them at that point and just ran for your own safety. But she managed to flash out, unfortunately, at the same time as her getting out, you went back in, which caused you to die. And I get your thought process, because you definitely want to try to save the AD carry, but she was dead. Otherwise, excuse me, she didn't die, but that was my thought process. She was dead. Still showing wards in your inventory, so that means they're not on the map. Anytime that wards are sitting in your inventory, you're getting no value for them. They are depreciating in value. However, if they're on the ground, then obviously you get information, which provides, you know, an exponential amount of value. So think about it as an investment. Put the ward down so you can get the value versus losing the return on your investment by keeping it in your inventory. It really doesn't matter where you put it. Leave lane, roam down, and put it in... Since we're on this side, let's look at a good spot to ward. All right, so let's go with yellow for warding. So this one, really good ward. You can come here to the brush right here or right here. This gives valuable information to anyone coming down this way for dragon or coming down this way for dragging. This ward right here gives information for right behind the pit. So that's good where it's at. It also gives information to anybody coming up this way. So that's a good spot. I would probably, at this point, try to sneak a ward. I'm going to clear this. See if I can erase. Oh, awesome. Okay. So if I was going to ward, I would definitely try to ward right here. Oh no, eraser, pen, right here. That's where I want my ward this way. It lets me know where the enemy is going to be at, or if they're coming into the jungle. For the dragon that's going to respawn in like 40 seconds. I just hate that I know where the enemy vision is at this point. But that's okay. See, we know Ashe is there alone. Jinx can be there alone perfectly fine. You need to be with the rest of your team in mid. Unless you're going to get this tower or pick up a kill, there's no reason for you to be there. Obviously, you didn't know this at the time because you probably didn't have vision, wards on the rest of the enemy team, so they could have been sneaking up and looking to kill you. Now Vi's that dragon, no one's moving down to help. That's where the attention should be. Right where your jungler is. At this point, abandon your AD carry because you're no longer in lane. Lane phase is over. The first towers have fallen. you're now with the jungler or mid laner, somewhere around the middle of the map where you can really affect the map. Nice. I think you live. Nice. Really nice. Was that a flash? Was that an old flash? I wonder if you get more room on that. Run, 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 run. Tower's dead, you're dead. Okay, so that was a really bad call. They had a wave crashing with a cannon minion, 3 of them there. At that point, just looking at the tower health, they're going to burn through it really quickly. And Ari's going to move in on you. Ashe is going to ult, so before they even got to the tower, I would have just backed off and conceded the tower. So let's get back forward. Okay, Vi picked up the kill. Did we get the dragon? Yes, we did. Okay, that's good. And we got Herald, so that's good. And it's on Fizz, so that's good. I thought Irelia was going to be our win con. She's done okay, but it looks like Fizz has been the one that's kind of just pooping on the enemy team. Both you and Jinx should be in mid lane at this point. Mid lane safer. It's the only outer tower that's up that you can escape to as an AD carry. And let Fizz and Irelia do the split pushing on the side lanes. Draw the pressure away and then bring the pressure back. It's good that we have vision, but it's still dangerous to just stroll through the enemy jungle. Going back real quick to talk about vision. Sorry, I know I keep beating you up about the vision and not placing wards, but when you come through the brush where you're about to come through, pause it here. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, that'll be okay. If you look here, we see this ward's gonna die. It's gonna die. If we look, okay, we can't see it, but down here you had a trinket ward. This is a high valuable brush at this point, especially with Baron there on the minimap. Ward, 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 ward. Ward. Okay, good. That was a nice jump over to pick that one up. At this point, I'm possibly looking at Baron with the team. Irelia is going in on... Who's she going in on? Teemo. No, you killed Teemo. Who the heck did Irelia go on? Ashe, okay. That's right for her to go into Ashe. Boy, your Discord is blowing you up today. I would definitely cut off notifications on the outside things, especially on the device that you're playing the game on, just because it can be such a distraction. You never know when's going to pop up in the middle of a team fight and you need to click somebody and you can't because they're hidden behind the banner or something. Or it distracts you entirely. I've had notifications pop up and it scared the crap out of me. Good, we're off ward cooldown, so that's good. I mean, that's okay because it's going to let you know where the enemy is. They're Vi's chasing Teemo through the enemy jungle. She's probably dead. Dragon is the main objective, so I don't know why they're there, but you guys starting this up is the right call. Unfortunately, we don't know where Yi is. Oh, and the... Okay. Okay, good job. That was a good pickup. That was the right call. Macro game's really hard. Micro game, where you're working on fixing individual mistakes, not so hard to fix. The macro of where should I be, when should I be there, where should my team be, that's the hardest part to actually learn in the game. Definitely get a sweeper though. I feel like you would probably get more value out of a sweeper than you would wards. Run. Get out of there. That was dumb. I really should not have been there with no vision because no one put wards down in that area. At this point, without vision, enemy jungle is off limits. Fizz miss ult, back out. No point in being there. Vi's off split pushing when they should be around Baron. Yep, team's going back. You should be going back. What are we doing? What? It took like... Let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it probably took about 6 seconds, 7 seconds before you decided to go back. So 6 plus 8 is what? 7 plus 8? 15? 15 seconds of wasted time right there between you deciding to go back, and then add on another 6 seconds to get back into the spot where you're on the map. So we waste 30 seconds of time. Time is the most valuable thing in this. It's an unrecognized resource. That's why you really want to optimize your time spent on the map, off the map, and what you're doing. Know what you want to do, make the call, and stick to that call. Okay, good, good, good. You have ultimate right there? I'm not sure. It's not showing me. If you didn't have ultimate, or if you had ultimate, that would have been a great point to have popped it when they engaged right there. Previous to that. Get out. There's no point in being here. You're gonna die. If your team wanted to stay and fight, that's a lesson that they should have learned. Dying there. All it takes is like a Teemo blind to kill Jinx. So we don't want that to happen. You should not be here. 100% not be here. I don't ever want a support to be split pushing in a side lane. That's what the solo laners or the AD carry should be doing. I don't know why Jinx is walking away for a dead tower instead of catching 1, 2, 3, 3 plus cannon minions. So that's a dumb call on her part. She would have still been able to rotate up after killing all those minions in the bot lane and probably not lost any minions. Someone needs to address that bot lane wave. you're going to lose a tower for trying to get this dragon. So either get this dragon or that's GG for that tower. Is Yi AFK? Good, good, good. Nice, 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 nice. I assume you guys might win on this push. Unless you go for Baron. Go down and get bottom tower while you guys are fighting without minions. Might as well get that bottom tower with such low HP. Okay, cool. So, I mean, it looks like it's a 4v or 5v4, so I'm pretty sure you guys win on this one. Baron, absolutely 100% Baron. It's free. I don't know what Jinx is doing. I guess winning the game, but that's a dumb call. If Yi was still alive, that would be a bad call. I would definitely roam down and get Baron. It was 100% free, and then you would have been able to finish the game. While you were in that decision right there, and you had walked forward towards the Nexus to potentially look at attacking it without any minions, the call that I would have made was go hit that bottom tower. This way you break 2 towers. And spam ping it. Ping, 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 ping. People might not speak English. People might not speak the language wherever you're at. I know you're in SEA, so people might not speak that language, but Nice calls it Pinglish. Speak Pinglish. It's a really good language to learn. Spam the crap out of it. If you're coming up on a major fight and you're not able to, or if you're still able to ping, you're not pinging enough because it needs to be on cooldown. My thoughts after the game, leave the AD carry a lot sooner. As soon as that first tower dies, you probably need to leave lane and start looking at affecting the rest of the map. Unless you're the one in that side lane that's losing, like your team's losing, then at that point, stay in lane like normal, but be more careful because the jungler, the top laner for their team or their solo laner or whatever, they could roam anytime, so you need to be a little bit more vigilant at that point. That's when I play safe. But since you guys were winning that 1v1 and got the first tower, you need to roam and use that advantage of having 4 versus 3 throughout the rest of the map. Not bad overall. I'd say focus on warding. Learn to ward on cooldown, or as soon as you can. Maybe if you want to save it because a dragon's getting ready to come up and you really want vision on it and you're not sure what your jungler's going to do, maybe save it around dragon or Rift Herald spawns. Other than that, definitely place your wards down a lot more. Work on the dancing with your AD carry. Like, if they move forward, you move forward. If they back up, you back up. I appreciate the fact that you didn't work on hitting, or you didn't hit the minions really at all to push the wave. I always feel like that the AD carry should manage the wave. The support should manage the engage and skirmishes. So when you find a solid AD carry that you can duo with, let them control the wave. This way you trust what they're doing. They're controlling that aspect of the game, and you control when you go in, when you jump on them. This way, like if you're playing Braum and Tristana and you jump in and Triss jumps in to follow you up, then you have that synergy there built up to probably pick up that kill or something. But yeah, overall it looked good. Just some decision making, some hesitancy about what to do. That delays in your decision making definitely cost a lot of time, especially when we were looking at the recalling in the enemy jungle with, I think it was Fizz and Jinx were both down there. They both hit recall. They both knew what they were doing, but you kind of stood there and decisively walked around trying to figure out what to do. Make a call, stick to the call, and you'll do well. You played the game fairly well. There was no major issues other than in the moment decision making. Maybe ultimate. Let's see, what did I say? Ultimate on when Irelia went in the fight near the dragon. Ultimate sooner. It doesn't have to be a disengage. It's actually stronger as an engage tool. If you get the chance to see a play, pull the trigger. A lot of people in solo queue just need someone to pull the trigger to go in. Really, that's all I can think of. Just ward, and when you don't think about warding anymore, ward some more. Go into the practice tool, set everything on like 0 timer. This way you don't have any cooldowns, and just work on warding. Just place wards. That last one's a joke, but ward. We'll see you next